guys, Dr. Dex here. We're on our new build in North Tacoma, and we're just doing some layout and getting things started. We have a footing inspection tomorrow, so hopefully we'll get that early so we can pour a little bit of concrete and get some of these footings set. This build consists of two different types of footings. Some are hand dug and hand poured concrete, and the other part of them are called diamond piers, pin foundations, which are a special footing that you'll see later in the week about how they drive stakes through the footing into the ground to create a massive load-bearing capacity for the deck. So this is the framing detail of the deck we're building today, or this for over the next 8 weeks. And right now I'm doing the layout for these footings here that are along the house. And on the upper section, there's two different levels of this deck. There's an upper section and a lower section. So we're trying to get the upper section done because all these footings are going to be done with the diamond piers, and then we're actually tying some of the stuff right into a concrete retaining wall that you'll see about later. So basically the idea is like this beam, we have to trench it because we're cantilevering. These two beams will be the same height as a joist and they'll be hung. And then right here, the beams are going to step down because we'll have the elevation to do so that we can create the cantilevers we need for this corner as well. So a little bit of trickery going on today, but mostly just trying to get some of the footings dug and prepped and ready for inspection because we have a permit that we pulled on this one, and that'll take us for over the next couple months. So I hope you guys are along for the ride, and we'll get into this thing deep as we go. This is the outside of our deck, rolling back over this way, and I had to kind of guess a little bit, but that's just a rough draft. So we got too much dirt. We're too high on elevation, so we have to trench this area out a little bit. But right now I'm going to throw the auger bit on the Mini and pre-punch these holes for these guys so that we don't have to dig so hard, and then they can just clean them out with a shovel. We're not going to mark these holes out until I get the trench dug and I'm at the proper depth. There's a few spots on this deck where the beams have to be lower than they look right now, so we got to move some dirt.
How do you feel about digging?
I have this radar where I pick the worst hole to dig. So right now, not that great.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know, it's just got like this crazy hard black in here. I have no idea what it is, but
Taste it.
it's very, very solid and difficult to dig through. But it is what it is.
What's this thing?
That is a ripper attachment for the mini skid steer. So when we need to dig up a section of ground, dig up the dirt, we put the ripper on there and it'll tear up the ground pretty good. So it's a little bit easier to get it out of the way. So right now we're making some trenches. There's a couple spots on this deck where the beams need to be a little bit lower than the ground level. So we're kind of creating a dish in the ground so the beam can fit in here, and then we can have a little bit of room of airflow to get around the beam, and then our footings will be below that.
What's going on down here?
Huh?
Hello? What's going on?
Oh. Well, I dug this trench too deep, and in doing so, I made it to where we had to put up a little wall for this footing so that the concrete doesn't just splooge everywhere.
How's it going?
Good. I'm just figuring out some heights on our next deck. This deck's coming in somewhere in here for height, and then there's another deck coming down here, and it's about 22.5 inches below this line. So it's going to be almost flush with the top of this. So I was just curious if I had to do any digging down here, but it looks like I might skate.
You might what?
I might get by without having to dig. Skate. So we're in kind of a upper echelon neighborhood. It's older homes here. Some of them are huge. And we've done a couple other projects near this house. One of them is that brick home right behind there with the black railing. We did that last summer when I tore my Achilles, so I was pretty down and out, and Phil and Andy did most of that project by themselves. And that was a knotwood deck with Regal Ideas aluminum glass handrail system. So 2 houses over, we did a couple of decks for that gentleman. One was done on an existing frame of cement walls, which we turned into a waterproof deck with Last Deck product, and it's a waterproof aluminum plank. And we did glass railings, so we had a nice little view deck of the nice view, the Puget Sound. And then up near his house, we also did another Ipe deck with a patio cover, which maybe we'll get into later. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We got all of our holes dug, and now we're just waiting for a footing inspection so we can pour concrete tomorrow. We're going to be laying out the hillside for our diamond piers. They're coming on Wednesday to help us do an install with that and shoot some video for our installation of our diamond piers footings. So thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button. And also, if you want to be notified when we put out new content, also tick the bell icon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.